Ahoy, Captain. Permission to come aboard. We're setting sail for the Brier in Kelowna. It's an all-green affair this afternoon at the Brier. Last night, it was an impressive 9-4 win for Ryland Kleiter, and these rookies are now in the mix for a playoff spot. So too are their Nutana Curling Club rivals. Unbeaten after 6, Mike McEwen is on top of Pool B. Can they remain perfect at Prospera Place? 2 Saskatchewan teams are in the spotlight as the Montana's Brier continues. It's day 6 of round-robin play at the Brier, and it's just today and again tomorrow before we decide the playoff teams. Get you caught up what happened this morning in Pool A, and it was Alberta Kevin Cooey against Team Canada and Brad Gushue. Now this one goes to an extra, and they are tied at 6, and this is Cooey's last in that extra. Now remember, last year he was 2-6 in Regina, thought he had hit rock bottom, and it appears there's still a little bit more to go as he crashes out in front, and so that leaves Gushue the winning shot, and he wins it in an extra to remain undefeated. Elsewhere, Matt Dunstone got 4 in 7 to pick up the win. BC has won 2 in a row. They got 3 in the second and rolled, and yes, Crothers wins again with 3 in the first to take out Nunavut. So in Pool A, top of the table, yeah, as you might expect, it's Gushue, and he has clinched now a spot with Carruthers and Dunstone right behind. Northern Ontario's Epping is right there too. Remember, 3 teams will advance out of each pool. Now we'll turn our attention to Pool B. And on this Wednesday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Kelowna. Joe, Russ, we'll hear from Cathy momentarily. It just goes to show you how close things are right now when you look at those standings.
It really does, Vic, and my eye is drawn to the Dunstone Carruthers in that standing. Both at 1 loss. They play tonight. Drop to 2 losses. You're tied with Northern Ontario, and it will come down to that draw shot challenge. If they remain tied, there is so much to be determined here.
So our feature game is all Saskatchewan. These 2 teams have met throughout the season, and it has been McEwen winning twice. So it's Kleiter against McEwen. And for Kleiter here, what does he have to do to win?
This young team is really impressing me this week. We saw them a little defensive to start, put more rocks in play last night against Team Ontario with their win there. The finesse was on point. Ryland Kleiter in particular, 89%. He will need his absolute best to push Team McEwen today.
Hard to believe. Russ, you've got a team McEwen has won 6 straight. Yet this is a very big game for them.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Let's do some simple math here. That's all I'm good at. The 6-0 looks really good, but they dropped this one, and it's very possible. Kleiter's playing very well. Their final round robin game, Brad Jacobs. You drop that one, there's a potential McEwen could be 3rd. Once you're 3rd, yes, you're in the playoffs, but you got to win 4 straight sudden death games to win the Brier. This is massive.
Thank you, Mr. Simple. When we come back, it is Kleiter against McEwen from here in Kelowna.
Mike's had a great couple seasons here. They've sort of found a piece that's working for them. We sort of have our good battles when we're at the Nutana Curling Club. They're going to be a tough opponent as well. We're just sort of same thing, bring our A game and we'll play them tough.
I'm really happy they're getting their first go at the Brier. That's a young team that's got some great talent and great work ethic. I'm looking forward to that game personally. I think, we'd like to still say we're #1 Saskatchewan team.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Well, the focus, of course, on Pool B. The only team not playing is Thomas Scoffin from Whitehorse, 2-4. With a look at the other games. Hello, Cathy.
Hello, Victor. Well, for Brad Jacobs, undefeated, looking to continue that run. He will face his first real test this afternoon with Sam Moybrook from Ontario. The Ontario team looking rattled last night will need to get it back really quickly. Tyler Smith came into this, well, very hopeful. Same team as last year, was 1 win out, but now Ophir, he will take on Bartling and the Northwest Territories team. And finally, Felix Asselin. That is a team where Jean-Michel Menard calls the game. Felix throws last, looked very despondent until they cracked a 3 to win yesterday. Will need to be sharper against a very good Nova Scotia team, skipped by Owen Purcell.
And the key there is all those teams just at 2 losses. Let's meet the teams in this one, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Yes, they call the new Tana in Saskatoon home. Ryan Kleiter, backed up by Trevor Johnson, Matt Hall, and Josh Mattern. Also from the new Tana, Mike McEwen, last year's runner-up, with the Marsh brothers, Daniel, Kevin, and Colton Flash at third. And early advantage goes to McEwen, as he has won the draw to the button, so he will play the Yellowstones. Kleiter will play the red, and he has the brush down, middle of the 12. As we're ready to get it underway on this Wednesday afternoon here in Kelowna. And the Saskatchewan lead is Trevor Johnson. So, thoughts on this? What do you expect, or what do you think that this team has to do, this Kleiter team, Joe?
Well, I think first and foremost, both teams are going to have to take a look at the rocks and see exactly what they're doing. The stones were sandpapered overnight, so the running surface roughed up a little bit just to increase that finish and that curl at the end. So I think you'll see both teams trying to make sure they've got the broom in the right spot before they really go for it.
You saw that one, the last 3-4 feet as it was losing its enthusiasm, really curled. Greg is so good with the matching the clipping to the condition of the rocks. The rocks are sharper because of the sanding, so you clip a little bit less, and they're trying to balance it out so the athletes have a similar surface and similar amount of curl every game.
And in they go. Does McEwen with Daniel Marsh's first as he slips it behind the tee line. Keys to the game now. Let's start with Kleiter.
Well, they're going to want to keep it close against a huge team like Mike McEwen. First half of the game, get a good handle on the ice before you really try to put the pressure on and dodge the bomb. Team McEwen is so strong at those peel weight hits. Try to keep those guards a little bit longer to make those peels, those run backs harder.
Came down to 10, Ryan?
Did, yeah, 10-3.
Okay.
All right, keys now for Mike McEwen.
Well, respect the draw. Ryland Kleiter will make that end-saving draw if you let him have it, if you're behind the tee line, so keep them higher and use that fastball. Colton Flash's upweight ability can slip an end around in a big hurry. That's the key to McEwen's success.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Sponge Towels, Absorb Life, all of it.
Curl, 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 curl. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
And it will go spinning out, so chance to get in behind, or if you're going to put up the center, another center, huh? Why wouldn't you go in behind? Just too long, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. That's exactly it. Yeah.
But that shows early here that Kleiter and company are well aware of what they have to do to have a chance to beat McEwen here. They've played against them a few times already this year. They play out of the same club. They know McEwen's strengths, and the way to push them is to get them drawing, and the way to do that is to put up a couple guards.
Line's getting better now.
Yeah, the Kleiter familiarity with McEwen, of course, is going to help this young team. This is the biggest game they've ever played in. They're not going to be afraid of Mike McEwen.
It's a rematch of the provincial final of 2 years ago when McEwen beat Kleiter to represent the province. Then, of course, he went on to finish runner-up at the Brier. But with his pass this year, Kleiter ends up winning the province in his second chance. Colton Flash got one, and will tick it over, and they just sort of follow each other.
Isn't that sneaky?
You want to try and get them both, or?
So it was a win ultimately over Sean Meacham. And familiar names to us in curling, Kaltoff and Kelly Knapp along the way. Brian Kleiter breaking through in Saskatchewan.
Might have broken through the previous year, but lost to McEwen.
Yeah.
Shot.
Super.
Real good.
There's room there. Just kind of nibble the 12-foot over there.
Yeah. He'll always be able to chase.
You can still go.
Kind of.
Try to get it right here. I like it.
Okay.
Yep. You got a good feel for this, Kev?
If those two Reds had stayed a little tighter to the center line, this would be a wonderful opportunity. But as Mike says, even if you somehow hang this on the corner, Kleiter should be able to dig it out of there. Such a long guard. This would be interesting. Fresh pebble, sharpened rocks. It should really hook as it's slowing down.
That's great.
Come on, lean on it, buddy. Might get a bite here. Lean on it. Lean on it. Come on, Flash.
Come on. Got a chance, Flash.
Come on, you got a chance.
Got a chance, buddy.
Come on, you got a chance.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Keep going. And Daniel Mark. Oh, goodness.
Just ran out of rings.
Yeah. It just, that extra curl.
The 4 sheets in play here at Prospera Place. 5 rock rule, 10 ends. You have to play a minimum of 8 in a round robin. 38 minutes of thinking time. 1 60-second timeout. And the no-tick rule. Center guards on the center line cannot be removed until the 5th stone has been played. Josh Mattern.
Mine's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Top 12. Okay, it's all you.
Mine's good.
Mine's good.
That guard's
Top
so
12.
long.
It's curling nice.
McEwen
Mine's
could probably tap that straight back
Mine's
if
good.
he gets an error out of Kleiter here with a rollout.
Top 4, top 4.
Trevor Johnson.
Top 8. Yep, go ahead, go ahead. Good, good. Spot hit.
Min ad.
Yep.
Troll.
Okay.
The concept here, I'm guessing, is roll it way over, try to get an error with a rollout. You might be able to tap that straight back.
I thought he might try to roll behind the corner guard situation,
Yeah,
but
that
if you
works
ever
too.
don't make it over there, then
Down a minute.
Kleiter might try to do that back.
Easy control.
This keeps the blank alive.
Come on.
Right up. Whoa. Right up, right up. Right over, right over.
Keep going.
Throw.
Keep going.
Perfect
fast.
throw.
10.
Hey.
Well, these are the type Vic you can roll out on.
Okay.
That's more ice than
Little
they've
pressure,
been
you
used
guys
to
think,
taking.
I probably kicked out a solid 10 and it came to a 10, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of ice, but should be.
This is likely the first rock out this wide, so the thrower is just thinking, okay, I'm going to add a little bit out of my hand, knowing that it's going to come down to the appropriate weight.
10. 9-5. Okay, clean. Clean. Yep.
Josh
Go,
Mattern.
10. Clean. Clean. Yep. Yep.
Johnson on the rush.
Yep.
And very nice.
That was very nice. Really good guess on the curl there.
Board.
Board. You're like solid board in the last one, I'd say.
I think Greg's done a great job, Russ, of balancing the clip with the sharpening of the stones. This morning, we really didn't see a huge amount of difference, except when there were soft releases by New Brunswick. They really got penalized.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This like both teams have figured this out right from the get-go.
Jeez.
Yeah, the teams are always informed when the rocks get sandpapered, but usually the ice makers try to make it so that you wouldn't have been able to tell.
Nowhere worth it. Craig Owasco and his wonderful ice-making crew, and they've been tested early here with the dehumidification and the units being brought in. They've worked overtime, but at the moment, this ice is perfect. So a big round of applause to everybody concerned.
14-5 to 14.
You saw the numbers there for
just a hair.
last rock conversions. Only Brad Jacobs and Matt Dunstone are better than McEwen when it comes to scoring 2 or more with last rock.
I'm just going to leave right away here.
Wait.
Not much ad.
Little
there.
min,
Not
maybe.
much ad.
Top 8.
Okay. Might have to go on that
somewhere
trail.
around T.
You love this if you're Rylan Kleiter.
Right
First
there,
end of the game, you get a free draw.
Line's good.
Get a chance to see
T-line
how
at
that
least.
draw speed feels for later in the game.
Yep.
T-line at least here.
T.
Okay. Line's good.
Mind for him if you can.
Let's say speed. 15
more, boys.
seconds
Hard,
from
hard,
hog line to
hard.
hog line.
Okay, good. Good try.
Good.
14-8.
That's
Good
gonna
throw,
be
buddy.
good. That's gonna be good.
So you notice that on Kleiter's stones that Matt Hall goes in and holds the rush.
Halfway, it's probably still high enough. We can take a good crack at it.
Yeah.
Even if you roll like into the back one, make him play. They're really tight.
Very experienced too. Kathy is Matt Hall talking to us before the game.
Well, certainly he skipped out of Canadian juniors and then won a Canadian juniors and went to the Worlds 1 year as a second after stepping down from skipping. Played with Tyler Tardy. Feels that even though Rylan was the 5th that year, so they were together, that he has some extra experience, and so he doesn't push too hard, but he said, I feel like they respect my need to have my voice heard, and he's a numbers guy, and they listen to that.
Yeah, you called him the big brother. I thought that was a great description.
So it looks like with this team. But, all that skipping experience, and you need that when you're at the Brier and the whole team's that young.
Yep.
Going to take on the roll here.
9. Yep.
Try to get to a spot to make the blank difficult.
Yep. Go. Close.
Can snuggle it in between those yellows.
Step. Whoa.
And laying it right over.
Good shot, right?
Wow.
Really good throw.
Just super. Just super.
A little thicker. It might have stayed on top of it. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's really close to perfect though for first and that precision for a roll. Mike McEwen can't play the outside end. He has to throw inside out, which you don't see quite as much. Oh, he does have. Maybe he does have space. Never mind.
Not a lot of space.
Just makes him think about it.
Oh, it's good there, yep.
I'd like to take it back. Hold on.
He's already out there. Switched it from
Tried
the
to
hat.
grab those. Oh, gee. Never mind.
Yeah, Mike's going to go a turn here.
Only Brad Jacobs is better than Mike McEwen when it comes to the upweight shot.
Oh, we're not gonna be able to curl it. I got it.
Oh, now. Here we go.
Keep going.
Flash, Colton, and throw Mike. Will just take it out the back. Put a blank on the board here in the first. Just the rest of today, and then tomorrow. So today, we have, including this, 5 draws left at this year's Montana's Brier here in Kelowna. Our feature game, it's all about Pool B this afternoon, and it's all Saskatchewan, it's all green. It's Kleiter against this man, last year's runner-up, Mike McEwen. Blank in the first means that McEwen once again will have last draw. He has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
If it wasn't for Colton Flash's brushing, that might have been a force. He just got that out of the back of the 12-foot.
He swept it for about 10 seconds.
Line's good. Line's good. Line. Gotta go wait.
Hark up. Hark up. Hard. Hark up. Hard.
No.
Okay.
Useful rock because it can't be removed yet by Kleiter.
Yeah, if you're going to rack on those, it's important that it's not staggered. It's still nice and tight to the rings. It's usable for McEwen.
There's that pinch more curl. The rock's being sanded.
Yeah, it was before they sandpapered the rocks. It was pretty gradual to the rings. It looked like you had to be pretty tight by the guard to get buried. The curlers will be happy with a little bit more movement.
In a room, line will be good.
We're there. Line only. Gotta die here.
Great.
No, it's good. It's good.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Always Trev. Top 4. Top button. Whoa. Don't want to, but.
Might come out in the open a bit here.
Okay.
Undefeated so far. Brad Jacobs, Kathy.
Well, Sam Moybrook faced 2 on his first. He hit and rolled over, but Brad Jacobs able to hit. And then when Sam hit the second time, he is not shot. And so that is why this is an opportunity for Brad Jacobs against Moybrook for 2 in the opening and needs a bite of the 8.
I don't think you can hurt it almost.
Wait's good.
Line's perfect. It's running a bit. Running a bit. Play the weight.
Tracking a bit, guys. Just through. Just.
14-6.
Going after shot stolen in R.
Go, Mike, go.
Sheehan rolling it in behind the cover, and that will be for 2.
Yeah, okay.
And they are the number 1 team, 60% plus when it comes to their efficiency, scoring 2 or more with last drop.
Trying to run this yellow double, but if Matt misses it, he'll try to miss on the center line side. Might roll underneath the 2 guards.
Straight. Whoa. Oh boy, Matty. Real nice, buddy.
So good.
Good go.
Do we try to pick
Matt
that
Hall.
back one?
Just such a weapon. You don't connect there, and all of a sudden it's looking like a pretty simple 2 for McEwen. And if you ignore it, come around the middle, that gets a little dicey too. That's really nice accuracy.
It's all red up front too.
Yep.
Kevin Marsh.
No, it's got to get all the way on that side one. All right. Wait.
And they'll get the high one. Oh, we said, what a difference. I mean, that old adage, difference a year makes. But think about PEI and Smith a year ago, 5-3, a game away from going to the playoffs. And this year, he is winless along with the team from the territories.
Well, neither are afraid to play rocks, that's
No
for
kidding.
sure. It has been all to the center on his final stone. Bartling tried to get in on top corner, frozen, and just over curled. So for Tyler Smith, already lying 1, but he's got a very small piece of real estate to draw to for the second point.
Hard. Yeah, you gotta go.
Down on it.
You gotta go. Hard line. Hard line.
Oh, it's over curling.
Whoa, curl.
And around goes Kleiter. And just a single.
Just a single.
For sure. We'll take a look at these ones here.
The curl's like 6.5 feet.
Yeah.
You mentioned James Grattan struggled a little bit with the extra curl. There's PEI, another Eastern team struggling with the extra curl. You hear him complaining it curled 6 feet. It's just those teams don't play as much on freshly sanded stones.
And it's just that soft release, and you just don't have the chance with it right now.
You think, oh, you can just take 6 inches more ice, but
Yes.
that soft release, doesn't matter where you put the broom, it's going to go sideways at the end and lose its speed.
Almost got off.
The scouting report was pretty accurate with this team. Colton's mad that he didn't get all 3 reds going. He was hoping to catch the
Not that
back
one
one in the
matters
12
that
foot.
much, but
Yeah,
totally. No.
keeps the blank alive, that's all. Couple 3 corners to work with now.
Josh Mattern.
And because Matt Hall made that wonderful run back double and saved his red out front, that allows Kleiter to go around it.
Line's good.
Top 8. Yep.
Yeah, it's down.
Line's good. Yep. Gotta go line.
Hard, guys.
Hard,
guys. Really diving. Gotta go.
Hall and Johnson.
Gotta go.
If you can, fellas. If you can, you did.
Little more.
Nice sweep, guys.
What a great sweep to get it around.
Yeah.
Probably 5 feet heavier there.
Yeah. Good sweep, guys.
Interesting. We saw Team McEwen got caught there inside out, so it's running a little bit slower and definitely more curl than it was in previous games. Trevor Johnson is on his toes, leaning on that brush. So much downward pressure.
Nice sweep, guys.
I didn't see that getting by with it being that light. Mike thought about going around the yellow.
Or Dan's, whoever.
Oh, he is.
I got okay. I got a little light. I got okay, but a little light. It's fine. Good. It's fine. It's fine. Lots of room. Top 8. Lots of room. Pull it.
So
Top 4. Loads of room.
Daniel left.
Top 4.
Kevin right.
It's always curl.
Go ahead, Kev.
Really skating.
Behind the tee.
Back 8.
It's really skating.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, leave it.
It's back 12.
Wow.
Wow. Almost to the house.
So it settles down. It looks like second shot.
I still think you go here now. Yep.
So still among the teams, the 2 lost teams, and is a bunch. So today a win would be a big bonus, and then they close out against Scoffin, Whitehorse, and Quebec's Aslan. And there are a bunch of games on the ice, two lost teams, trying to keep their Brier hopes alive.
Okay, that makes sense.
Somebody on Colton Flash's intern come around there yelled, "I've got light." Like they actually thought
Probably
it was top 4-ish.
Top button last end.
It just slid forever.
I think they assumed because the wing the other way was a little bit slower.
14, high 14.
I thought a little extra would be the play, but it ran really nice.
Yeah.
Is this just marginally inside that draw for Hammerline, so it must just be a little bit faster. Colton probably liked his out of his hand, and
he did.
They learned their lesson
no,
from
for
there.
sure.
Ryland can capitalize now.
Line's good.
That's why I didn't like it.
Maynard.
Skipstone's here in 1.
Top 8. You can go if you need to.
Mattern.
Little bit of room.
And Johnson.
Someone's got to go.
Trevor, go then.
Got to move this a lot,
15-3,
Trev.
yep.
Go ahead.
Just go, Trev.
For top 4.
Hard. Yep, hard.
Hard, Trev.
Hard,
Go. Okay, good sweep. Okay.
Really important to get that light, keep that alive, and get it partly buried so Mike can't roll behind his own yellow.
Really? They're pretty patient out there, but this is slightly different, eh?
Slightly different. I don't know. You have to make a good call.
Pretty close.
6 straight wins, a 7th, and they would clinch a playoff spot. Simple as that. And then they close out against Jacobs tomorrow night in the final round-robin draw. And that could very well be for first place in the pool. It's been a busy year for this team, knowing that they had the spot on points. They started in Stirling, Scotland back in August. So they traveled overseas. 12 events they played.
Weight's good. Weight's good. Yep. All right.
Ooh, that's really hooking.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
All right.
Light.
Down the center, just didn't throw it hard enough.
Yeah, top 12's good.
I think like here might leave a triple.
I saw how gradual the draw was, so assumed that maybe it was a little bit straighter there and just got caught. Gonna be some fresh pebble, sweeper
I'd
sub
rather
light.
show the outside, right? Yep. I'd rather show the outside. That looks good. You want to just cross center line, right, with the 3?
That's where rock placement is so important. You heard Ryland say, I'd rather show him the outside of this rock. So if he overcurls, shows the inside, Mike can just play a light tap chase. If he guards the inside of it, he may have to play a double or draw on a new path for his 1.
Yeah, Josh
Draw's not going to be easy either.
No.
Yeah, we'll sweep it in there for you.
No ad. 3. Tighter than the last. Line's good.
Final stone for the skip from the Newtown Saskatoon, Rylan Kleiter.
Line's good.
2.5.
The 4-time Saskatchewan junior champion, won a couple of bronze medals at the Nationals.
3. Easy. Keep going. Hard.
Trying to cover shot rock, and did they?
Great spot.
Good enough. They did exactly what they wanted. If Mike chases it with the outturn side, he can only roll 2 feet maximum, and it's still a steal.
I was worried he might take a look at the angle run in off for 3.
Still got to think of it, though. I agree. I did think about it when I was sliding down too.
This could be a steal of 2, just as easy as Mike making it.
Yeah, with the way it should curl, he has to just watch that yellow. It's going to cross the center line slightly.
And you can't take any more ice to get by the shot rock with the fear of hitting one of those corners.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A hair quicker.
And is it a hair quicker? It was quicker where it flashed through.
It's a draw against 2. Final stone for Mike McEwen.
Got hot. I got hot.
Okay, I think it's close.
I got hot.
I think it's close.
Heavy. Heavy.
So he thinks it's a little hot out of his hand.
Back
And
8.
nothing yet from Daniel
Back 8. Can you play
Marsh
it back?
or Colton Flash, as it's just a walk, and now Flash picks him up. Thought it was hot out of his hand. And back it goes, and finally settles, and it will be a steal of 1 for Kleiter here in the second. He knew, and many let it go.
Present stop.
Keeping our eye on things here on this Wednesday afternoon. Prospero Place, Kelowna, our coverage of the Montana's Brier.
Yep.
Defensively, this McEwen team's been very, very good. That's the first steal they've given up in 3 games. But it is Rylan Kleiter that does have the early lead here as we go to the third. Once again, McEwen will have the hammer, playing the Yellowstones in 3.
Case of the heavies for Colton and Mike.
Little hot. No, then. Solid hack. Yep. Solid hack. Whoa.
Daniel Marsh.
Easy board. Yep. Just solid hack. Hard. Just hack now. Hard, Kev. You got to go for the roll. Hard. Roll it over.
Okay, it was good, buddy.
Good.
Paired him up yesterday, I can't remember. 11? 11? Yep.
Matt Hall, as we talked about, has played numerous teams, numerous provinces, traveled a lot. He's an odds maker for a betting site, and Kathy was saying that he's figured out from his numbers the best time for this team and the time to be aggressive.
Well, what he said that when he delved into the numbers, which is what he loves, is that he realizes that most games, many games, are lost in the first 4 ends. And so what their commitment is to not risk hard in the first 4 and then be in a position, he said, at the 7th end where they're either tied up with or without and feel like they can make a push. So maybe that contributes to the high hit numbers that we've seen with this team in the first part of the game.
And there's no doubt, he said, they were a much more aggressive team before he arrived. And he's helped in chatting with Rylan and the team just to dial it back a little bit, No touch. Don't blow everything up in the first 4. Let's just save things for the second half.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And if you're careful with your risk management, by the time you get to that second half of the game and you do have to sell the farm, you're ready. You know what the ice is doing.
It's a must-win for Moybrook to avoid going to a third loss as they play Jacobs.
Well, and they're struggling a little bit early. You can see it is 3. On Sam's first, he tried to make the double and roll. He actually stuffed it and rolled out, and that allowed Brad Jacobs to draw to line 3. But for Jacobs, he slid a little bit deep. So a nose hit here is all Sam needs to score.
And he'll get his single. 2-1, Jacobs leading there.
1 yellow, yeah.
Seeing a little bit of frustration from the skip from Whitby, Ontario.
Be a double if you get there.
That has rolled through to the first 2 ends in this day today, too.
Speed's good.
Oh, big. Solid board. Whoa, then. Whoa.
Yep.
Solid board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Right up.
Okay.
Normal up. Could just whip peel at it too.
Yeah, play the double.
Probably.
Probably with the end, eh?
Joss has got that. He's got that in his golf
I think
bag.
it's tough to go across the top.
Throw it hard enough.
Well, yeah.
Looks hard too.
Okay, that's half. Peel.
What turn? You like the in?
I like the end. You're looking for like a
Hit roll.
thick half with the end.
B here. So.
You often
Should
say,
run
Russ,
pretty
there's a little
true here.
difference in terms of the way the stone will come off depending on which turn, right?
Right. If he hits it right where that broom is with the out turn, it's probably a hair thick, which is his in turn. He's left-handed. The other way, it'll gear when it's coming into the rock. It'll gear and kick a little lower, maybe about a 20% angle change.
Right to it.
Look at that.
Attaboy. Very nice.
Beautiful. Josh Mattern.
And at this level, it really is beautiful because the only thing McEwen can do now is remove it and stay right beside that one, and then you'll be sitting ducks for a double.
Just watch the roll, Trev. Watch the roll.
Yeah, that's really good.
If it stops there, McEwen can clear the yellow roll and get separation again.
I can give you a close one I threw on that back 12 one there. Yeah.
Looks like they're just going to try to freeze tap to it.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
think.
If you're going to do that, I'd just play the comer on.
Well, release the yellow, stay on the side of it.
Yeah, and hope it's lined up.
Yeah.
Just back forward.
Colton Flash.
Try to get that rock, that second shot.
Yep. Gotta go actually to get there.
Get some space, maybe put it on the scoreboard later this end.
Gotta go to freeze. Keep going. Whoa.
Yep.
Okay, not bad.
Very good.
Pretty good. Nice, yeah. Good shot.
Oh.
That one.
Just hit this one.
Yeah, if we keep our red, that's not bad actually. He can't roll far.
Probably go yellow.
Where's the crazy? That's too thin though. That's too thin.
Yellow into the pocket and spin everything.
Yeah, you just
Guys like this?
stick something. That's what Matt said. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with that. Even if you hit it too thin, you might make it like that
Wow, that's. I'm not seeing both these going very
too. You
often.
like peel at the end?
Do you guys like it?
Really thin, and the key is actually tick your own. It'll redirect onto that yellow and go that way.
You can definitely thins the miss here.
Okay. Like, are we just hitting it a hair high?
No. Like I think
Or
it's
yeah,
half rock.
I think it's pretty good if it's tough to hit it too thin.
Okay. Okay.
Hair high is
Be
really
tough
good,
to
but
jam it.
half rock is fine.
Okay.
Should be able to get them all moving here.
Made a wonderful shot with his first. Josh Mattern.
Curl, clean.
And home. And oh no.
Yeah, it's just not going.
Had to hit it thinner yet.
So now it'll be a chance for McEwen to split the rings and possibly set up a 2.
Didn't quite have that angle figured out. If you get that yellow hits the back red thinner, that yellow that Ryland's trying to get out of there is gone.
Yeah, it wouldn't have lost all of its momentum.
Just caught a hair too much of that
Just
red.
a hair.
Just a fraction.
I got a hair hot. Yep. Curling like it's white though. Really gotta go.
Yeah.
It's the trend this game. The speed to the wing just is not quite keened up yet.
Every inch.
You just gotta go.
You still
Come
got it.
on. You still got it.
You want to even these rocks up.
Don't stop.
To the tee, and he doesn't have it.
You're good.
And to the tee they get.
Sweet.
Nice judgment from the front end because Flash threw one virtually through the previous end. They wanted it deep, but the last thing you want to do is let Kleiter off the hook by brushing it through. They did about as good as you could do. seem to die early on them. So sometimes when you try to, there's no double, so you could roll over 2 or 3 feet. That allows McEwen to roll back, and then there is no double. Dead on's not a horrible shot here, because then if McEwen doesn't roll somewhere, there is going to be a double on Kleiter's last one.
Nose. You have to make a long one, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
8-5.
Clean.
Yep. You got to keep it there, Trev. You got to back it up.
Skip Stones here in 3. Trevor Johnson.
Gotta go, Trev. Gotta go.
And go.
Okay.
And the shooter's gone.
Good. All right, bud. It's all good.
I think more than that.
I think it's middle 4.
Kevin.
Middle 4.
Maybe a second rock down here.
Yeah, the
There's no lock and curl on this side. That's why.
separation's one thing, but it's all about the depth there. You'd hate to take not enough ice and run out of rings.
Good, though.
Another chance to split the rings. Shot rock right now is back edge of the 12 at around 4 o'clock. Again, big brush here as Flash and Daniel Marsh will try to drag it there.
Off. I can get it there.
Yep.
They should have stayed on it.
This.
Why did we
Sorry.
stop? Shit.
I don't know.
Well, everyone's yelling, whoa.
You said you got to go for the house.
Yeah,
so.
well, then I said they can get it there.
Yeah, they just had swept Colton's end to end, so
It's
the
pretty
path had been
good.
cleaned up.
That double's not really there.
Just got them a little farther than expected.
Probably just good, Peel.
I think 2/3 is.
It's there all day. That's let them off the hook.
Good, Peel? Yeah.
Still looks
need to
pretty
be
flat
big.
to me.
Oh, it's a tough shot. Yeah, no
to be a little
question.
big.
A rock higher would have been a little easier, a bit more of a natural double.
Just like a 6.5 here.
Okay.
6.5.
Thick half.
Probably 2/3.
Yeah. Okay, good peel then.
Yeah.
Has to hit this pretty thick, so he's going to need some speed. He's saying 6.5, so 6.5 seconds from hog to hog. That is quick.
It's up there.
Rylan Kleiter. His finals don't. Can he make the double here? Get himself out of trouble. Here we go. Mattern's got him. Yeah, he's coming across. Oh no, not quite. It'll just hold on, fighting the back of the 12.
A tough break there.
You needed the in again. I know.
Yeah, exactly. That's a real good teaching point, Vic. We just touched on it. You needed the in. You throw the in turn there, you get the gear effect, and that gives you that extra speed.
Yeah, a lot of that momentum came off of it. 6.1 seconds from hog to hog. You can't throw it much harder than that. Other turn, and he's made it.
You hit it a hair thicker, people think it's not going to jump, but because of the gear effect, it will.
You like to look for that?
If you're looking for maximum roll, always hit the rock on the high side, the broom side. You'll get that spin.
Just the hawk.
Okay.
Like, these are curling.
Yeah.
Paramore. I'm going to throw light hawk.
Mike's one of the rare players that when he misses a finesse shot, it's usually on the light side, which I think is phenomenal, especially when you've got Colton Flash standing beside him.
It's good.
Easy.
Easy.
McEwen's last.
Easy hack.
Has a chance here for a couple.
Easy hack.
No.
Curl. Clean. Straight.
Clean.
Just easy hack. Clean. Straight.
Flash.
Straight.
Daniel Marsh.
Really light.
I was going to say, do not curl that.
And through it goes. McEwen scores a couple, a win, and he is into the playoffs.
You don't want to curl the ones in the corner quick.
Right now, sitting two. Here we go. Mitchell, steal. Angle it back, touch it, move it, sit down, count him up.
Needs a big one. A little bit of curl. Slash it, get it. Oh, what a shot! Rylan Kleiter with the beauty.
Got to get it by that guard. Now bring it over, straighten it out. Oh my goodness, now sit down for the win.
Great team shot.
What a curling shot.
It's incredible.
Oh, how do you like that? Oh, how do you like that? That is gorgeous.
Triple.
Walker, here we go, bang, bang. Oh, and he got them all. Nothing yet, still nothing yet, all on its own. Oh, he got it through. My goodness, Mike McEwen, magic Mike. Wow. Yeah.
So nice.
Put your hands together. So as mentioned, we have this draw, 1 tonight and 3 tomorrow. The round robin is over. What do we know? Well, Juju is in. Carruthers wins today. He'll be in, leaving Dunstone and Epping to chase that 3rd spot. On the other side, McEwen, he'll win in. Jacobs, that is the big one. That's the final draw tomorrow night. And then Kleiter and Moybrook and Aslan. So here we go. Look at this one. Carruthers and Dunstone. 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Carruthers in this all-Manitoba battle. And now it's all, of course, Saskatchewan here. Schedule, really, for us, for entertainment, could not be better.
Yeah, no kidding.
Welcome back on this Wednesday afternoon. And McEwen with his 2. Kleiter now. Rylan has the hammer, has the last rock for the first time in the game, playing the Yellowstone.
Really interesting start to this, and fairly tight card by McEwen. Kleiter came around at top 8-ish, top 12, but they played the run back and stuck it. And that's those 2 yellows there right now. Kleiter tried to come around and tap out the shot rock, wrecked on the center, it had to be replaced, so that's why it's all yellow.
And pardon me, I said Yellowstones. They have the hammer playing the red stones. Kleiter. That number's got to come up.
Good. Nice shot, buddy.
Okay, good.
2 teams looking for their first win, Kathy.
Well, the second shot stone was a hit and roll underneath by Tyler Smith on his first. Aaron Bartling went around with the draw. He is shot, but there is an angle, and so Tyler trying to go around the guard and angle tap on his own to move the Northwest Territories stone back far enough to score 2.
Yep. Clean, yep. Whoa.
Tyler Smith.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, easy. Ed. Whoa. Yes, Ed. Whoa. Yeah, stay down, Ed. Stay down.
Angle it back.
Very nice.
You bet.
2/3.
Just a frustrating week for Tyler.
Oh, terrible.
Needs a curl. Clean, though. Still 2/3. Gotta go. Curl.
Well, here we are in the 4th, and we've had 3 blanks till now.
And they have run them up and down. It hasn't been a series of great shots to move things out, but full court press in this end, and it is the force after Felix drew and split the house on his final. It is 2 right now for Quebec.
And the final stone on the way by Owen Purcell out of the Halifax Curling Club as he plays Quebec, and Felix Aslan.
And he's playing the hit because that's all they've done.
And that will be a single. Aslan is one of those teams at 2 losses, trying to keep their chances alive.
Not bad. Yeah, thanks.
Top 4.
As we've seen this year, for example,
What's the feel here, Kev? Like, pretty good.
at the Scotties, 5 and 3 got you nothing.
That's late.
I think it's close. I think you can hit it for line.
Pretty close,
Line only. It's good. Line's a hair tight. It's good.
Line's
good.
How much?
Line's good. T. Well then.
T is not good.
T.
It needs to stop. T is bad. Sit. Come on, sit.
Okay.
I wonder if Colton's got a quick one. He virtually threw it through a couple ends ago.
Yeah.
He yelled light out of his hand.
Let's continue with the updates now and go back to Alberta against Ontario.
Well, Moybrook chased this whole end. Flash and a quarter shot by Ryan Weeb, his third, really left them in bad shape. But that final stone, that's that yellow stone drawn there by Sam on his final. But for Brad, he can see 3/4 just trying to throw up weight, get rid of 2 stones, but would stick around for 2.
Clean, 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 clean. Very nice, Brad. Very nice.
There's your blast.
And there's your 2.
Hell of a shot, Sam.
As Jacobs throwing the perfect game so far.
Okay. Cross the face.
Of the weight choice there, they softened that run back to try to save the shooter. Almost successful.
I think it won't do too much here.
Colton Flash as we play third stone
Control.
here in the fourth.
Control.
Whoa.
Control.
Yep.
Yes.
Daniel.
Weight's good.
Hard.
Really good.
Hard.
Really tough. Shot.
Yeah.
Sit half open on this side.
Yeah.
Feel. Other option is you just freeze for now. I don't really like that.
Problem with the double is where the shooter will
just-
stay.
Okay.
McEwen could come down and put a freeze on, and then it's really hard to score.
Almost impossible not to leave a double.
It's like half rod, then half.
Yeah, thin half with the out will be good, I think.
Whoa, curl.
Curl.
Josh Pattern.
Got it, curl.
Curl.
Got it, curl.
Curl.
Johnson's got him. And that's exactly what he wanted to do.
Now, as you say,
Shoot.
it's tough to hit it and create a tough shot for Kleiter. You're going to give him an easy draw around the center, so I think you have to be aggressive here. If Mike can freeze one in there and not disturb those 2 rocks, you got a really good chance of stealing here. Something about it's the draw to the button path that gives all these players more confidence too. If this
Like
was
that
over edge
15-5
12,
feel?
it doesn't feel as easy, but
Yeah, having seen it for so many rocks in the pregame practice.
because this is obviously a tough shot, but they know it so well. Like, the perfect shot would be move the red
Right to it.
about an inch.
If you tap it an inch, it's perfect, but we don't need to tap it.
Okay. There's no one.
A lot of heavy draws so far in this game, though. Heavy's not good.
Mike McEwen and his
I thought
first.
close. Felt good to me.
Take a look.
Kleiter with last draw.
Good.
Light's good.
Flash.
Let it curl a bit.
Light's good if it's there.
Curl. Lead's great. Curl. Lead's great.
Now help it over, Daniel.
Light's good. Weld it.
Gotta go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And right to the pin.
Great job, Mike.
Good.
6 straight wins. One more will put him into the playoffs in a consistent week 4. Skip Mike McEwen. Highs in the mid-90s and everything around mid-80s, including today in 83.
I wish I had a red brick slider now. I'd actually be able to feel the ice.
Yeah, for sure, right?
All right, what's he referring to, Joe?
Yeah.
He's just feeling like he's flying out of the hack, I guess. He said he felt like he was a little light out of his hand, and then it was there with no problem.
It's an interesting comment. He and Colton do stainless steel, and it's just so fast.
Yeah, the red brick slider is a lot slower.
Yeah.
So the stainless steel, you can slide forever, and in keen conditions, that can be hard to slow your body down.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that a beauty?
All right.
Rylan Kleiter.
What a shot.
Good. Good throw. Nice shot, Ryan. It's way better. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks way better, doesn't it?
Yes, I would say so.
And then he still leaves the raised rock.
That's why you heard Mike say bump it an inch. If he just kind of moved it a hair. If he'd bumped it an inch farther, that red yellow does not spin anywhere. Great shot.
I got to be better than that.
Thanks.
That makes you smile for sure. And his number is consistent as well at 86 for the week.
That's a high number for a rookie skip. Mike's got a chance here, Joe. If he could, I think there's room to. He throws it so soft.
He's good, I think. Yep. He's good.
Try to get to even the nose, get piece under.
Curl.
Now Flash.
Curl.
Trying to help this over. Can you get across the nose and maybe underneath a little bit?
You're good.
No, he'll leave it right there. So it'll be facing a couple.
A little bit of a protection.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can't wreck on the guard
I would
there.
have loved to edge on him, but it's good.
Yeah, risk wrecking on the guard in that
Yeah.
situation. You give up a free two. That's just not worth it.
Yeah, here. Earlier in the end, you can wreck, but not on the last one. Well played in, forcing Kleiter.
That look pretty close, boys.
Yeah. That's good for 12, Brian. Good. $12-5.
12-5. Clean.
Little light.
Yep. 12. Clean.
Matter.
Clean.
And Johnson.
Just clean. Curl. Clean.
Facing a couple with his last. And to the nose, and that will be good for one. Kleiter here in the fourth. So we're all even through four. It's that time of the week when we start watching the standings, trying to figure out who's moving on, who may be eliminated. Well, we know that Team Canada and Brad Goujon have qualified in their pool. And we know here in Pool B, if Mike McEwen can pick up the win over his club mate, the Nutana and Saskatoon, he too will make it through to the playoffs. Wednesday afternoon, Kelowna. Continuing coverage, Montana's Brier. So Rylan Kleiter gets his single, and we go to 5. We're tied at 2, and once again is McEwen, who does have last rock, has the hammer, playing the Yellowstone.
Similar to the last end where
Hair better than earlier.
Kleiter had one behind the button and McEwen froze one in there and ended up getting the force. Now McEwen rolled to a bad spot. Try to lock one in here buried.
Yeah, Kleiter went center line and McEwen went to the wing, and that was supposed to be a nose hit. Ended up rolling to not the best spot if this freeze is made.
Yeah.
Line's good. Yep. Just go everything.
Line's
Yep.
good.
Line's good. Hard, Trev.
Got a chance, buddy.
Hard, Trev. Hard. At least get it lined up. A little more. Hard.
Oh, what an effort.
Okay.
What an
Good
effort.
slide. Yeah.
Hall's another one of those players who's made the transition, Kathy, to from say being a skip or a third in the house to brushing, and I think they do use his former skipping ability to put him back to watch the line for Kleiter.
Well, and one of the things that both he and Kevin Marsh said to us before the game is that we're realizing how critical line calls are now, and your ability to judge when the sweepers should carve and not carve is a huge part of it. And Matt feels that that's one of the experience factors that he brings when he's in the house.
Do you like an 11?
Would never say never to skipping again, but right now he's quite happy. Jacobs and Moybrook, and Ontario with the last rock.
Sam Moybrook made a very good shot on his first one. He ran a guard back into line 2 buried. Jacobs could see very little of it, but made a very nice soft touch to roll to lie 2. But he did set up a potential double for Sam, a chance for 2.
Yeah. Hard! 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 Hard!
And ticked it. Oh, and he got it just far enough to pick up 2.
That is a big momentum shift. That Ontario team has been struggling since yesterday. Didn't seem like they've been able to park it, but maybe that will help.
No. Yeah. Yep. Hard. Yeah. Hard. Gotta go. Hard. Whoa. Good.
And away they go.
Okay, 11.
It's interesting to start this end, Russ. We saw when McEwen went winger, Kleiter went and hit the winger, and we've seen them go double centers earlier in the game. I think that was because the initial center was pretty high, but I thought they might do that this end because a blank here is not great for Team Kleiter. If they allow McEwen to blank this end, McEwen will have 3 hammers to their 2 and that important hammer in the even end.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge advantage in a tie game.
Good. Don't really want to roll right underneath. All right, it's good, Jay.
And he doesn't roll it underneath.
10-8.
I'm okay with the out. I'm good with the intern board.
It's going to roll it under. If you have to
10-5, Matt.
line them up, there's a chance out of a jam.
Solid. Then, whoa. Big. Control for sure. Okay, roll this way. Control for sure. Hard. Yep. Whoa. Hard. Yep.
In a very strong week, that currently is his lowest number of the event for Colton Flash.
Yeah, it's
really heavy.
It's fine.
What was the last one? 10-8.
That was 10-8. 10-8 on
I think
your
we need a
last
bit less ice then. Yeah, that's better. Okay, 11.
Clean. 11-2. Clean. You could curl a little
Curl.
bit. Curl.
Curl.
Really running here.
It's way too much.
Curl. Whoa. Yeah. Straight. Straight. Whoa. Whoa. Not all the way under.
Yes.
Good.
Smart. If that rolls a good foot farther, there would be a raise roll into the ring sit 2.
Huh? That's not what's happening.
There's a track
It's
there,
less weight.
Maddie, I think.
Down by 1, Quebec with last rock.
Yeah, I was just going to make
And
sure.
not a good outing this end for Owen Purcell. On his first was deep, trying to draw around, facing 1. Felix went in again, and then on his final, Owen played a double run back. Didn't catch either of the Yellowstones in the 4-foot. This is a draw for 3, looking for 8-foot.
Felix Asselin throwing the 4th stones. The 2006 Brier champion, Jean-Michel Menard, skipping the team, and that is for 3. That's the 3rd time they've cracked a 3.
Okay, little
Must
high.
win for them at 2 losses.
Low.
Nice shot by Colton Flash to just get the angle right and kick both yellow to the left, sinking the one in the rings. Ryland's got to be a bit careful. Obviously, he hits it on our left-hand side, he's good, but if he hits it slightly on the right-hand side, it might stay.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes.
Hard.
Hard. Clean. Hard. Clean.
Good shot, Ryan.
And they'll nurse it across the top.
Okay. Straw over there.
I wasn't wide ever, but it just held. Hey. Like
It
I'm not
came
seeing
up like
Did
a
you thought
little
it came
bit.
up
Yeah.
a little? Okay.
I thought you were a little like straight through with it. And
I'm just kind of thinking compared to like earlier in the game, I thought they were coming up even more than that. Is what I'm getting at, but I don't know. You saw a little bit still though. A little bit come up a little bit. So
there's a spot, it sounds like on the ice, around the edge of the four on the right-hand side, that out-turn side that runs quite straight. Saskatchewan and Kleiter, they threw that on their hit and roll. And almost rolled too far, and I heard them say, I think there's a run there. There's just been a few times we've heard about a few spots like that the teams just have to be aware of.
Spun it. Decent.
Well, remember his gave up the steal of one in the second when his draw was a little heavy. So his draw number's down a bit as we play here in 5.
Okay.
Good.
Go, Mike.
10-5 to 11 here, fellas.
Put that all the way at the back of the rings, knowing for Mike's next he'll be playing the blank, so less rings to roll to.
Easy, easy. Clean.
10-8.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Yeah, a little.
Started at the age of 11, did Ryland Kleiter.
Good throw.
11-1.
Okay.
Now 15 years later, he finds himself in the Brier.
Yeah, it's amazing.
11 probably? 11-1. Yeah. The way that was coming up. RK?
Nope.
Final Stoner looking for the blank.
Clean. Just clean.
Mike McEwen. And there it goes. So that's blank number 9 for McEwen, and he leads the field. Tied at the break.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotty's, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
A win and they're into the playoffs. McEwen looking very comfortable. 6 straight wins so far as we check the numbers after 5.
Yeah, the ends that stand out so far is the big steal for Ryland Kleiter in the second end. McEwen just heavy on a draw to the forefoot. In the second end, Kleiter almost made a crosshouse double. His shooter just lost its speed, unable to kill the McEwen Stone, so they got their 2 there. Not a lot to choose here between the skips, but Team McEwen will have the edge in the 6th with the hammer in the all-important even end.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Wednesday afternoon, Kelowna and the Brier. Rachel Holman and the Holman Empire win the Canadian Women's Curling Championship.
Watching them right now, it's insane.
Dominant like I've never seen.
That team is doing something very special.
It's just surreal. I mean, Rachel Holman is just unbelievable. Probably one of the best performances I've ever seen.
They just shut down everybody that came their way.
That team is so talented. They're just amazing to watch.
Astonishing, the level of play.
They set the bar really high.
Unbelievable.
She's just making things look easy.
They're pretty flawless with everything they're able to do.
I think Rachel forgot to miss shots. I think she made all of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go against her right now.
They're on a special run, and if they're watching this, enjoy it.
I wouldn't be surprised if I don't think anyone would if they didn't win another world championship this year.
I have all the confidence in them heading to Worlds that, they're going to go and get the job done. Keep doing what you're doing. Clearly it's working, so don't change anything and just go represent Canada well.
Go Canada, go. We're cheering for you guys.
Holman Empire, go get them.
All Canada will be cheering you on, and we can't wait to watch.
They don't need any luck. They just got to keep doing what they're doing, and I know they'll represent the country great.
If she just keeps doing what she's doing, she's going to be unbelievable.
I'm happy that she's not here this week at the Brier because she could cause some damage.
You gotta love Jean-Michel. There is the field that will be facing Rachel Holman when our coverage begins on March the 15th. And it is against Lithuania. And they'll also play Sophie Jackson that day as well. From Korea, the World Women's Championship. And familiar names indeed. We are in Kelowna. Second time it's hosted the Brier. First was 1968. Ron Northcott was the winner. This is the 96th edition of the Canadian Men's Curling Championship, dating back to 1927. And with that blank, here we go to the 6th in a 2-2 tie. Once again, it's Saskatchewan and Mike McEwen do have last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
That's good. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Weight's good. Weight's great.
Good line.
Curl. Nice. Good. Sorry, I thought you meant this guard. I'm like, no, we didn't.
Great start for both teams here.
Yeah, we had to get close to that guard. Yeah.
It's definitely a couple feet better for sure.
Yeah.
Line's good.
I got all there. There. T-line.
Okay, line's really good.
Back port.
You can let it work.
Oh, no.
This looks pretty deep.
Starting to it's trying to curl here.
Yeah, it's coming down.
Okay,
back
Josh's rock always.
Dreaded
Go back
mop.
Can you knife a bit, Josh?
After the fifth
We're
set break.
back four, so tell me what.
Go ahead. Hard. Whoa.
Oh,
Hard.
not too bad.
Keep going. No, that's a good spot.
Good shot.
That's a
And
great
they'll
spot.
just
Really came down, actually.
that little bit.
That's good. Yeah, you didn't want
Maybe
to show
back
him
of
a
the
piece on
button.
the other side. Otherwise, he can hit and roll.
Interested to
under the
see
corner.
now if it, when we chatted with Matt Hall, see their approach here.
Probably just
Kleiter.
shows a better one.
If in fact they do believe those numbers, right? They start getting a little more aggressive.
Absolutely.
Like chasing.
Early intel would say going two center line guards this end means that they're ready to play. They want to push, try to get that force or even a steal.
I think you're just throwing hack and just trying to chip that over, right? Yeah. Yeah. Just hack. Just chipping it over. And
Jacobs and Moybrook as they play in 5, Kathy.
And lots of pressure again and frustration for Sam Moybrook. Was trying to draw in on his final, was not able to make it after lying 2 all end. And so for Brad Jacobs now the opportunity to get another 2 as long as he is 8 foot.
Hard. 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 Can't hurt
And
it.
they
Can't
can't
hurt it.
sneak
Brad.
it by.
Go ahead. Go.
This Jacobs team out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary.
The point that is in there was his first one after Brad was facing 2.
And he over-curled his first one by 2
look at
feet.
it. Look at how far it went.
That's crazy.
Great fucking sweep.
Little pat in the back, little fist bump. And for them, this strength of theirs, it's the 5th straight time that they've converted with last rock, 2 or more with the hammer.
Okay.
Okay, bud.
All right. Did roll this thing away, or? I think so.
Away where?
That way.
We just got over
This way? Like this?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not worried. The guard's barely
Oh, yeah,
over. You can. I don't mind rolling this way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's better.
Okay.
Smart play by
Just roll that way,
McEwen
just hit down and roll all the way over towards it.
on
Yeah,
Kevin's
Grayson,
first.
wait
Instead
then.
of chasing shot rock or freezing or going after the double peel up the middle, they just played like a hack weight hit and roll. They were trying to roll on, but didn't quite make that. They still rolled over.
They're one of the very best teams in the country at trying to keep that front open when they have hammer.
It's good.
You're absolutely
By
right.
playing it that way, Matt Hall misses the run back, and now it's looking pretty simple. High guard's in play still, but there's enough curl that it's really not an issue for Team McEwen.
Gotta roll it. Gotta roll it. Go, 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 go. That's a good shot. Real good. Good boy, Kev.
Very nice.
Stop for now, Jay.
Yeah.
In turn.
Yeah.
11.
Very, to your point, very few people would have taken a crack at hitting that tight
hits
guard.
left and we're pretty close.
And it simplified this end completely.
Yeah, the initial shot would have been play that double peel up the middle.
Or ignore it, come around, then you could be in trouble later on.
Yep. Good. Clean.
Yep.
Trying to roll on top here.
Oh, this is moving.
Trevor Johnson.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. It's really close.
And they're going to get that roll.
Okay, good shot, Josh.
Nice brush by Trevor Johnson.
I played this earlier with control in this spot. I like board though.
Good throw.
Control at the end. Yeah, I threw this 2 ends ago with control, but I don't mind board. I think, board.
A little tricky to obviously sit to 2. Even trickier not to set up a yellow double.
We got too much. Hold in. Hold in. Whoa. Control. Whoa. Yes. Control. Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Daniel Marsh.
Should be okay.
And does well to avoid the jam, but will that shooter hang around?
Okay.
And coming back, doesn't appear so.
A little more weight than they needed. It wasn't going to be an easy shot. I think Flash sometimes tries to, make it so good, like get it way over there, equidistant, and probably a hair less weight. Yes, there might have been a double, but better than a single.
Josh Mattern.
10-5. Whoa.
I think it's
curl.
Curl. Yeah, just always curl. Okay, Jay. 10.
And they're going to lose it.
Okay. Okay. Wider than my path, right? So like, kind of curl more.
Yeah, at the end.
Be a little slower, but I think it's still good. Like I think I can throw.
Well, no, I had a 10. I think 11 can come up to nose there.
Yeah, but I mean, you're screaming for curl out of his hand, right?
Yeah.
So he's clearly not throwing it the way you want him to.
Yeah,
good teaching point there. They said it was 1 second too hard, and they hit half a rock as opposed to a nose. That's like 5.5 inches wide, simply because it's extra weight. And for the younger curlers out there, you've got to nail the speed to be a good player. Don't worry about being dead on the broom. If you're going to throw the wrong weight, it's not going to help you.
Still curl.
Trying to bury something behind that wide corner.
Okay. Good.
And they do, just back of the tee line.
Good shot.
Okay. I'm pretty convinced, I think, but okay.
You for sure get there.
Through?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Probably buried, but you just need to move this rock a foot. So Ryland can just throw back 12 weight at this even if he wanted to.
Nova Scotia and Quebec with the Blue Nosers down by a couple.
Well, this opportunity for 2 came out of nowhere after Owen hit and rolled out on his final. Felix was drawing to lie 2. It's that long guard in front of the house coming short, and it doesn't cover the shot stone. And so a nose hit will give Nova Scotia a pair in the tie.
Out of the Halifax Curling Club, Owen Purcell.
Yep. Straight. Bring it to me. Bring it to me straight. Good job, Ryan.
And that will be for a pair.
Through. 12-5.
Clean. Yep.
Close.
Yep. Whoa. Clean.
Skip Stones here in the 6th.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Looks really good here.
Curl.
Mattern. And we'll tap it out and then spin it to the back 12.
It's great speed control there.
So just a curious thing for me. I know you haven't got last rock, but why wouldn't you have tried just to lay it on the corner? And
yeah, that was an option too. And yeah, that was my first indication because Ryland loves to draw. You get it in there, but we talked about it earlier. If that's drawing to the middle around the center guard, that's the right call. But over to the side there was hard to get it on the corner perfect. Then you give up 2.
I just saw Josh was there. I saw their draws
before anything else. But
okay.
Brilliant roll because Mike can roll out here.
And beyond that, like, Kleiter would be really happy for McEwen to take a blank here and then try to get that hammer flipped. Force next end, then they have hammer in the 8th end. If you play that freeze, then you're looking at hoping for a force.
Yeah, good. Solid light, I'd say. Weight's good. Solid board. Clean. Weight's good. Hair heavy. Clean. Clean. Curl. No, clean. Clean.
Owen, he'll hang it on the edge.
Nice, Mike.
It's a ballsy clean.
10-5, 11, sure. It's being a little bit more patient here, but you'll still get some at the end. 10-5, 11.
Okay.
Never stops. Never stop being impressed.
No.
It's Joe, all the things we do talk about. But how key is that mapping the ice? Just something so simple as what Ryland said. It'll be a little bit more gradual here, but it's still going to move at the end.
Yeah, and it's especially this week. There's been a few changes to the surface, so the players are still learning it, still finding the trends. And there's just as much chatter for a nose hit as there is for a run double.
Right to it. Clean. Whoa, whoa.
And right to it. So it's going to make Mike McEwen chase him for the blank.
Great sweep. Throw. Nice throw. Just probably mid-ice, I think.
Okay, stay men, but we're not putting the run back this time.
11. Okay.
So just as a thought there, like if we play the same end out again, I was a huge fan of the runner on my second one. I thought we could get away with a guard again.
My thought was the even end.
Yeah.
And that run.
Yep. Hard. Clean. Hard. Clean. Hard. 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 Yeah. Kevin, sing hard.
Daniel Marsh, and away it goes. So we mentioned they are the leader in blanks. And for the third time this week, they blanked 3 ends in a single game.
I had a lot of battles with Reed my entire men's career. He plays really well this time of year. The provincial, the nationals, I mean, that's kind of his bread and butter. And that's a team you have to play really well against or they're going to get you.
Colton and Matt have known each other for a long time. They're a very fiery duo and a very good team. That's probably the one on the calendar that our team has circled as one of the most important for numerous reasons, and we're looking forward to that.
And that's when we join you at 9:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Pacific. Keep in mind now, this is Pool A, and we already know that Gushue has qualified. These two teams are at 1 loss, and then lurking, of course, is Northern Ontario and John Epping with his 2 losses. So the winner takes a big step. The loser, though, if you go to 2, and Epping's there, oh my. So, yeah, it's down to the really important games, draws of this year's Montana's Brier from Kelowna, as we are on this penultimate day of round-robin play. Big games aplenty. We're tied at 2 as we welcome you back. We go to the 7th, and it is McEwen that does have last rock. Has the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in this 7th.
I like this, actually.
See, McEwen did it again. I really like the play. It's soft weight, kill the guard that's going to hurt you the most, the really tight guard. The long one is of no issue with these sanded stones. Now, they did knock it into the rings, but it's a fairly relaxed situation for McEwen as this end unfolds.
Gotta go.
Whoa! Clean. Yep, yes! Yep! Whoa, yep. Atta boy. Nice. Real nice, Matty.
Wow. Very nice. Forces Team McEwen to do the same. Try to lock it on there.
Is that what he's saying? No, just hack. Hack? Yep.
Not a ton of curl out here. Hey, look at that for, 10 inches ice with hack.
It's good. Yeah. Just hack. Yep.
Yeah, there were talks on other sheets about a shelf the wider you get, so maybe out in the 12-foot a little bit straighter, and then you see that movement more as you get closer to the middle.
Hard! Easy hack. Hard! 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 Right up, right up. Nice shot.
Good sweep, sweep, Flash.
Great sweep, Flash.
Nice throw, Kev.
Okay, same weight, buddy.
Lead. Yep. Hard! Hard!
Hairless.
Okay, clean.
Hairless.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard. 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 Hard.
Atta boy. Good shot. You
12.
heard us?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It was 12, yeah.
12. Yeah.
Just a little quieter. That's what got the tiny bit of extra finish. Still not a bad result, though.
Yeah, good enough, I think. It's going to leave a
Pretty
double.
good, Matt.
Yeah, keep the rocks
You roll
grouped.
the top one all the way over.
You've got this stuff to work with, though, as we look
I
at
think we
it
have
on the
to deal
right
with this at
side,
some
on that
point.
intern side. I mean,
I know.
if you're Kleiter, don't you need to draw that play
Try to roll
over
as far
there?
as we
Because
can.
you want that hammer flipped
this
in this
now.
one, right, Russ?
Yeah, he's trying to force really hard here.
You just giving up the 2 isn't great either.
Nope.
So
Yeah. Yeah,
at
forcing
this-
him to 2. I like this call, too, because they can roll it over towards it. And Kleiter's got to be very precise with the rest of their hits. I think this is a hope to keep the blank alive call. Where are they going to roll, Jody? Roll right underneath might not be smart.
No, because that'd be like a double guard scenario, even though it's in the rings. I think they're rolling all the way over.
Yep. Weight's good. Hard. 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 Right up, right up. Make sure that goes. Nice shot.
Oh, really good, Kev.
That's really good.
Beautiful.
4. That's what I see belonging to Jacobs, and that's what's facing Ontario.
Well, Brett Jacobs made a double on his final, got rid of Moybrooks that were 2 and 3, and he is electing to play the hit versus the draw. A nose hit is fine for the single.
Clean.
Clean.
Good.
And there it is. As Jacobs looks to go 6 straight wins. Josh Matter.
Clean. Line 5, 10. Whoa, curl. 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 Hard. Really got to curl.
over there.
What's he doing there, bud? Just positive.
Yeah, because all of them have been curl.
It's a 9, too.
Yeah.
It's just too much weight. I can't.
Kind of got away with it. Can you chip it?
Yeah, I think you have to make it.
To the left.
Trying this, but
I think that way's safer.
what way?
The out turn. Probably straighter and know it.
We know that. We know the ice for that. Yeah.
I don't mind that with like half.
I'm not sure you can save your shooter this way.
Probably not. Are we shot?
Kind of tough to save your shooter either way.
Be very true.
Can't throw it very hard and you don't want to risk jamming.
I guess we don't have to hit it. We have to hit it. I'm not sure.
We have lots of time.
You could just tick it.
Still like hitting it. It's the blank alive.
I know you can make this.
Like it keeps the blank alive. I think we have to hit it.
I mean, blank is really good.
What do you think?
Blank.
Say we don't make the shot perfect. I like getting rid of it.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know who shot. It's close. Doesn't matter. We're hitting that anyways.
I don't think you can keep your shooter. It's really hard.
It's really hard.
To get rid of it and keep your shooter, you might be able to hang on there.
Probably nose hit
Let's
it
try.
and get it to
Well,
come
or
out the
we can
top
throw the
yellow,
out, but-
leave the back one.
I just
Well,
I don't see
You're
it.
never keeping your shooter with the out.
No, never.
It's less than half.
It's actually really hard to keep your shooter Did you ever try coming to into it. chip it so it's like counting?
That's
But
risky.
that
Well,
could
you
be
gotta
how
remember,
we
if
get
you get it to
forced,
here, even if you get it to here, Mike, like he's got to run that to make the double.
though. Yeah.
So let's play it with just hack.
But you could end up like this and give him a double
yeah,
into
but
this.
Well, yeah.
That's not great. That's a force. What about just straight picking it? I mean, the blank's great here.
I know,
Get 2
but
and 8.
that's why think if we keep the shooter as a deuce, not better?
It's really hard to.
What if you throw one somewhere else in the house and make him?
I don't know who shot.
I don't like that. If we're not shot, I don't like it.
Maybe. Oh, it's close.
I think it's
I
us,
think
but
it's
so
yellow.
close.
That changes things if it's
yellow,
yellow.
I still like this.
Like again, are you trying to kill that? Is the objective to kill the red one or just hit 3 in the
Man,
ring?
Mike, if I just do this and I roll all the way to here, it's really good.
That's the only way I can see that being.
He has to run his in there, make the double, and we have a deuce set up. So just through the house?
It's just interesting. To start the end, they went to the wing, so I assume they were probably playing for the blank the whole end. Now, if they want the blank, they would just peel that red one out, leave the double for Saskatchewan.
Exactly. I'm with you. They're getting a bit greedy trying to get the 2 here.
In a 3-3 tie, Quebec with last rock.
Owen Purcell made a really good run back double on his first to lie 2. Quebec got 1 out but rolled out. And on his final stone, Owen managed to just grab a top of the 12-foot, so he lies 2. This is the force, needs the nose.
Nice shot.
Weight's great.
For the single.
Yep.
And Quebec takes the lead. Must win.
All right.
Back line.
Tough angle for Colton Flash here. Otherwise, he's jamming it.
Daniel Marsh. Big brush.
Stay down, stay down, stay down.
Oh, my goodness.
Just squeezes it by and through and rolls it over back 4 center line.
What a great sweep. And the weight control by Colton Flash. That was barely enough to kill it.
I give him full marks for just seeing that shot because it was. They said they couldn't save the shooter.
Stay down.
Obviously, if that ever jams, they're in trouble for not being able to blank. And we got a chance at a couple.
Stay down, stay down, stay down.
That was the hardest shot available to them. It made it look easy. Wow.
And it was all for naught if they don't get that red one out of the paint. Look where they got it.
Even if you just
just
a hair and
just
stay
out.
there, like.
Yeah. If we do this, he's gonna just hit, right? And it might be tough
Which
to
I think
not
is
give
what's
up a 2.
happening. If we do this,
He's gonna. We should have double,
he hits
but
and rolls, and I think I see a really, really tough double, really flat double.
yeah. Can you make this?
Because if you make this, you're even going to push the 5 a little bit over, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't
quite
look there to me. Triple, no. I think
This goes a bit too high.
too high.
No, but you could make the double and roll
What if you
right
made,
to the
what if
red
you just
line.
played this?
Yeah, that was
to make it. Sure.
Yeah. We don't like this shot.
It's close to. I don't mind that shot, but he probably just knows his.
Yeah. I think the triple might be there, right? I'm just worried
Yeah.
about this one.
Yeah, me too. That's the one that has a chance to jam.
Like, what about the freeze here? Is that crazy?
No.
It's not crazy.
Tap the 5 a bit.
Yeah.
I see either that or this thought, right?
Yeah.
Like hit and roll to there.
Yeah.
For
I'm
now.
good with either. What do you see, NJ?
If you rip the double, he comes. But this was my
He's
first
not drawing
thought.
there, I don't think.
That this was my first thought.
Okay, let's play this.
Okay.
Seen this spot a few times?
You want like 11?
Yeah,
It's good
11's good.
So many options. Freeze, double, hit and roll on top, and maybe that around the horn that I drew up. I believe it's coming almost towards the button if you make that contact that double properly. I think they're trying to hit and roll in a bit.
Yeah, I would say this is a shot they know best. They've seen this spot a lot. They've seen it with that quiet
got the
weight.
weight right for you guys.
Flop in. If they sit second shot, I don't know, does McEwen come around the center?
Right, and if McEwen buries around the center, then Kleiter could freeze to that one behind the button. He almost has to keep it edge on edge.
I don't know, playing the hit and roll, it might have been easier just to freeze into the pocket, though.
Yes.
10-5.
Then this shot.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
11.
Josh Matter.
Yeah. 11.
Hard.
Trevor Johnson. Just
Right
catch
to it,
that
right to it.
outside one.
Right to it.
And bang.
What in the
Wanted to
Okay.
sit right there, didn't he?
Okay.
11-3.
Hit the wrong rock.
Yeah. Normal?
What?
Normal?
Okay.
The wheels coming
My
off a
hand
little
in my
bit
half.
here in this 2-2 tie for
Yeah.
Kleiter.
Josh's first one was a little maybe in out.
We could also
And
roll
he
into
just
this one.
oversteered that one, went the other way.
Normal's good. Thick half. Thick half.
McEwen still got to work for it here, but if Colton can hit roughly where the broom is and kick that across, there's going to be a very, very tough double somewhere.
Yep.
Colton Flash.
Whoa. Yep.
Kevin.
Yes.
Marsh. Got him. And there we go. And now they're well spread out.
Oh, nice curling. Colton Flash made two beauties. Yeah,
I mean, you wanted to kick it open. Shot.
the only way you stop a double there is throw like a hack weight and hit the back side of it.
Curl a hair more.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell how much.
Now, interesting situation again. Can you?
You can even show him half a rock here.
You could roll on top here.
Yeah.
And it, the guard's kind of in the way.
Okay. Okay.
They're not playing the double, I don't believe, with that ice.
I think they're hitting and flopping in front of the rock that's in the back
Yeah,
8
and that
foot.
could take the whole end away. There's a straight spot in here somewhere a couple ends ago.
10-5. Clean.
Skip Stone's here in 7.
Heavy.
Kleiter looking to force, but right now in danger of maybe giving up a couple. Pattern, late licks. Here we go. Roll it over and sit right on top. And he does. Very nice. Riley Kleiter.
Beautiful shot. Didn't overthrow it.
Great line call, Matty. Good line call. 11.
This an out turn?
And you heard him say, great line call, Matty. That's what we talked about with Matt Hall and that ability, having skipped and been in the house before. That's something that he brings now in his second season.
I'm okay taking the blank here.
Two choices. You peel out that red-yellow, albeit tricky. Kleiter has to hit the open when you've got your blank, playing the eights. That's a nice situation. Or do you tap that on the nose and you get a half rock miss out of Kleiter, you score your 3. Which one do you like?
I think I like taking the blank here if I'm Mike McEwen. I just heard Colton Flash say to Mike in the hack, no, he made a good shot, so give credit where credit is due and just blast us out of there.
Been a while since we've been here. PEI against the team from the Territories.
And lots of pressure on the Territories. Aaron Bartling did draw to the 4 foot on his first, was trying to freeze the Smith Stone, but was just offset, and Tyler able to pick it out, and so he's trying to do the same against 4.
Mike McEwen's first on the way.
Oh.
And he'll spill everything there. And that slides too far.
It's 2 for sure. I think it's 3.
Measure it.
Yeah. They're going to call for a measure. Thank you. The international sign for a measure. I think that's the international sign for measure.
Yep, you got it.
Not sure if it's international. But
It's that or another round, but.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's sure.
Somewhere in the Okanagan.
Yeah.
All the wineries are popping the tops. Mixed buying.
Oh, so next time I'm driving, some guy's just saying, you want to measure? There you go.
11.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard. Hard.
You gotta go.
Trevor Johnson.
Right to it. Good sleep.
Okay. Time?
You know, very nice when you think about Kleiter's first, and he gets the roll over and he sits on top. And McEwen replies with one of his own.
That's so true. And both teams are happy here. Could have been as bad as a 3 for against Kleiter, and McEwen's happy with the blank if this is made. Good game.
Yep. All right, gotta go. Gotta drag this note.
Flash.
Clean.
That's very nice for Mike McEwen. Had to work for it, but he gets his blank. And we remain tied at 2. Wednesday afternoon, Kelowna, BC. Our coverage of the Montana's Brier continues. Big game for Mike McEwen, last year's runner-up. A win, and he clinches a playoff spot. As for Brier Kleiter, coming in with 2 losses, trying to avoid what could be one that would take him out of contention. So here we go to the 8th, and it is McEwen with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah. You gotta hold it.
How's the weight? Weight's good.
Right here.
We're there.
Look at that. It almost hit the center guard. Look where it is.
Yeah.
That's such a nice finish. Wow.
That center guard to be in your peripheral when you're letting it go, right? Like halfway down, it's all over the guard. A little high on the second guard for Kleiter.
Yeah, they would have much preferred that a good 6 feet deeper.
Yeah, I think we're in.
Okay, got a bit of room. Easy if you can.
I haven't seen a lot of those chase shots this game, but you have to think if this is top 4, it'll be accessible for Team McEwen with lightweight.
Go ahead, yeah. Yep, go ahead, Josh. Yep, go ahead, Josh.
And these young teams recognize that, and they decide to basically throw another guard. Good move.
Shot. I love the double peel. Which way you seeing it? Like out-turn cross.
Good push there.
I like the double peel. You see that, Kev? Out-turn cross. Yep. That's the play.
Now the second
Definitely. Pretty high.
red could come in and hit his own buried yellow here. It's possible.
Yep. Whoa.
Kevin Marsh.
Yep. Yes. Gotta go. You really gotta go.
Gotta go.
And won't get the 2. Gets the high one.
Okay.
They missed a few of those this game. That's usually their bread and butter.
Yeah, for sure, buddy.
Boy, just relentless is this Jacobs team.
They are, and just that little bit off is the Moybrook team. Sam was playing a run back triple on his first, and he just caught the guard, and that allowed Jacobs to remove a stone, and this now is a draw for 5 after Sam came short on his bury attempt.
Weight's good. Line's good.
Just have that feeling that the team did not recover from yesterday's loss.
Top 4.
Curling 98% is Brad Jacobs.
And deserves every percentage point of that.
And Moybrook, you talked about the loss yesterday. There they are. Count them up. 5. Lost to a Kleiter.
Good work, boys.
Good job.
Looking very good.
Good game, boys.
The hit and roll's great.
And you heard him just say, good game, boys.
Yep. Yep. You know this.
Just through.
Yeah. Yes. Just enough to kill it.
Back line, just through.
Smart call by Kleiter to throw that technically third guard. It's in the rings. And get to your point, the second guard was so high.
Hair light.
They could chase this. Now this is a harder shot.
Oh.
Hair light.
Yep. Hard.
Daniel Marsh and Colton Flash.
Yep. Hard.
1.
Hard on the roll.
And they'll roll it over. Can they put it underneath 2?
It's a great shot.
They'll just roll it to the corner.
Oh, man, what a great shot. I believe if Team Kleiter runs back to yellow, which they're not going to do, this rock would redirect right onto their own.
Yeah, they have no choice but to leave that situation there.
Line's good.
I agree. Line's
Fully,
good.
top 4.
Top 4 right now.
Easy then. Oh, weight's okay. Fully.
Line's good.
Easy. Biting 4.
Biting 4.
Want it to sit for line.
Biting 4, right?
We're like
biting button almost.
4, almost button. No.
Make him
Gotta
in
leave
line.
it as high as you can, I think, here. Whoa, no. Yep. Now you gotta go.
And right down.
All right,
2.
Jay. That's fine for now.
Too deep?
Yes, I think so. Like a top 8 buried would have been a little better.
Yeah, now
Yours dug in
Team
just a hair
McEwen
at the
can
end, so I was hoping
kind of
that
come
one
in,
was
rearrange the angles, and remove the rock that's biting the back button.
Heavy hack. Heavy hack.
Colton Flash.
Heavy.
I think, oh, Kleiter's sitting 3. McEwen's in big trouble, but McEwen has 2 in the bank behind that corner guard right now.
Heavy. Carl. Gotta go. Carl. Whoa. Carl. Whoa.
Kevin, now
Whoa.
Daniel. And pushes them back.
Good.
Still in
Good
play.
shot.
Kleiter Stones.
Not bad. The
Great shot.
back red is being outcut by all 3 yellow.
Yeah, the back one should have played with board maybe.
Just went far enough.
I think so.
I wasn't sweeping it either.
So if you get an error, you've got a pretty easy double to bring them all into play.
Is nose bad?
Probably
It's
not.
not bad. I was kind of thinking it's flop a rock. Sure.
Sure.
Flop,
Yeah. If you nose, he
Yeah,
can't.
nose is pretty good too. See an 11?
Sure.
Josh Mattern.
11.
Oh, here, look at this now. Nova Scotia, what, with a chance for 3?
A chance for 3, and this all brought about by a really nice double run back by Luke Saunders, the 3rd for Nova Scotia to leave Nova Scotia 2 and buried. On his final stone, Owen has the hit for 3 after the double attempt by Felix Asselin only got 1 and left the shooter in the open.
Girl clean, girl clean. Good job, Owen.
There they are, and it's a big 3.
My control. Board.
Coming in 8.
Board. Yeah, sure, board.
On our sheet, Josh Mattern
How's that?
with a flash on his hit attempt. He was trying to nose the yellow on the side of the 4-foot.
Hard to believe. He got lucky that he
Solid board.
hit his own so solid. He's closer than those 2 buried rocks.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So McEwen still got work to get a big score here.
Colton Flash.
Whoa, whoa.
Kevin Marsh.
Clean.
Got 2. Nope, stuffed it.
Great shot.
Yeah,
that's a pistol.
Yeah. But they are sitting 1, 2 at the moment. Then they've got those 2 under cover.
That's a pistol.
Oh, is that good?
Nice shot.
Why they're saying
like
it's
that
so
one.
good is he
I like
didn't
Matt's
remove
call.
both reds, but it's hard for Kleiter to hit that left-hand yellow and roll to the right without jamming, and then he's in big trouble, so he has to ignore that completely. And the back red is far enough that all yellows are closer. Just brilliant.
That looks good, Matty. 11.
One mistake from Team Kleiter. They're in big trouble here. Where are they rolling? Right or
I think they're trying to get buried.
left? Behind the center?
Yeah, left behind the center.
Just a sliver more, Matt. Yeah.
If they don't get buried
nice
here,
level
you know Mike will take on the double to sit 4.
Mm-hmm.
$11. 10-5. 10-5.
Yep. Skip Stones. Rylan Kleiter. Mattern. Can he get the little roll now? Roll it towards the middle. Oh, and there he is. He knows he's going to be deep, and he's under cover, albeit back 4.
That's like the best spot. Right, Steve.
Is there a soft weight double across the face?
Pretty good spot, hey? Huh? Pretty good spot, yeah. Really good.
I think he's underneath enough. Wonderful. He saved them again last time. Remember, it was looking like a 3. That rolls a foot less. You're drawing against 4 with your last one.
No, I'm just saying if it's coming up to the building.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to stay under the guard, but
yeah. Okay, let's go.
I got to be very close on my weight.
I agree. What's it, just right here?
Back 12.
Yeah.
think you could have chased it with the out turn to try to bring in those nibblers, but in fairness, this is a slightly easier shot, and Mike should be able to sit 2 here, and 2's what the goal was at the start of the end.
And beyond that, they're going to hit and roll into the open, and if Ryan Kleiter doesn't make the perfect roll yet again, there might be a double for a huge score.
Oh yeah, it'll be good.
This is over, buried by a good 2 inches. Mike's got to be careful. He, like I said, he tends to throw minimum. And he, you know, if he hits this rock too thin or something, they've got to get it out of the 8-foot.
Okay, we're back line. We're through the house.
Yep.
Mike McEwen and his first.
Whoa, where are you?
Through the house.
Girl.
Flash now, help this over.
Really got to curl. Really got to go.
Move it over.
Gotta go.
Straight.
Now, late licks, Daniel Marsh.
You're good.
And very nice to push it through. And they'll roll into the open in that back edge 4.
That's what impressed me the most of Mike McEwen and the whole team last year is that speed control. It just nice, soft.
Interesting that all 4 positions are exactly the same. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And we are, of course, tied on the board too at deuces.
Amazing. Well curled game by 8 players.
Kind of seeing the freeze, honestly. Freeze, you at least should make him have a tough shot, right?
Freeze is
And
tricky.
if you ever weld
you almost have to go out turn freeze, don't you?
How are we getting there, though?
I think wide with the end.
Wide with the end.
Yeah, just have to.
You guys like the freeze?
Just have to hair the guard on the right side there.
The hit and roll leaves him a double for 3 or 4, actually, I think. Because you're going to roll too low, aren't you? You can come this way or that way.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I was thinking if you roll it dead buried, she's trying the same thing for 2, right?
You could try and make him.
Well, he's probably
throw the other
I've
turn to switch him up, right? I mean, he's.
I think all the calls kind of have a downside to them, so like, and an upside. But
what's our best result then? Make him have the same shot for 2?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna make anything,
it's the freeze.
Yeah.
It's this.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably. Let's make this.
Okay. Same way?
I think it's a 12 now.
Okay.
Just because.
The easiest way to eliminate those 2 would be this shot here, but Colton put that in the way. So you can't do that. So now it's all about where do you roll. They're going to try to hit it. If they could maybe roll into that same area, Mike cannot throw any weight at it to make that back red go, because if they ever get the back red, the 2 reds, it's a score of a potential 4.
Okay.
What do you think of the freeze idea, Joe?
It's a great result if you can make it. Just the perfect freeze is such a challenging shot. I think I like this. They just saw it.
Yeah, just made it. Put it in the exact same spot. I don't think Mike can make the double.
Anything off with the freeze, you're giving up 3. So I think this is
12.
the best call.
12.
Hard.
Final stone. Rylan Kleiter. Oh, Manner staying with him. Is he going to touch anything? No, he's not. My gosh.
He touched the wrong one.
After playing so well.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, this will be for a bunch.
I don't know.
2 rocks do that in this end.
Came down.
Didn't what?
You have to think that grabbed something.
I think I heard Rylan say that to Matt. Must have picked.
Josh had one there too, right? They flashed 2 rocks in that similar spot. Josh's might have been tight, but that, wow.
12-5.
It'll be as good as anything, right?
Yeah, it's good team to team.
90% as a team, and they're about to shake hands in 8 ends.
Draw for 5. Just bite the white.
I liked it.
I got there.
Good. Should be fast stuff here.
really fast.
Should be really good stuff in here.
I got back 4 right now. Yeah. Wait, are we on it, Kev?
No.
Just gotta stop.
Yep, straight.
Gonna use it? Yep, he will. And there they are. Wow. What a turnaround. 5 it is. For sure. And with that, Kleiter will talk to his team. And there they go. That's for the win now for McEwen. So that's big. Make the final 7-5. So McEwen clinches a playoff spot, and because he's won and Jacobs has won, Jacobs is also in. So a very big afternoon. A little under the weather, but this will make him feel better. And we also have a handshake here as Jacobs wins over Moybrook County.
And you referenced the fact about Brad Jacobs playing so very well for the Moybrook team. They just couldn't seem to shake yesterday's performance, and all in the 70s, and that's not good enough to beat Jacobs.
So 2 teams clinch playoff spots on this Wednesday afternoon at the Brier. Mike McEwen picks up the win, and with it clinches a playoff spot. And it takes a team, and you see Colton Flash standing. That was Flash's stone really that helped generate this.
And it's a normal wide open hit here, but look how clever they are with this. They knew this all the way. Don't have to make the double. Watch that back red just outside all 4 yellow, but it is now protection. When Kleiter goes to play the yellow double, that Red Rock gets in the way. Kleiter couldn't play it, missed, gave up the big end.
Key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together as we check the game story, and really a well-played game by Kleiter, but they couldn't generate anything. Look at the blanks. You know, when we said earlier, they are a second-half team. They couldn't, and then whatever happened with that last stone, now they're saying it may have picked, but look at that. Just that ended it as a 5 as Mike McEwen picks up the win, and with it a spot in the playoffs, last year's runner-up. The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. Nova Scotia against Quebec. They are in a time out, it appears. And remember now, Quebec comes in with a record of 3-2. Must win for them against Nova Scotia.
And the big story in this game has been Luke Saunders. They have him at 91%, but the degree of difficulty and the execution of some of his shots has made the world of difference in this game.
Elle s'en va là. Là, les 3 rouges sont dans le milieu.
Ça, mon seul problème avec ça, c'est qu'il m'en reste juste 2 pour 3 rouges plus 2 à lancer. Tandis que si tu fais ça, t'en tues une.
Ouais, mais attends. Si, mettons, on l'a tué ici. Lui, il frappe une demi ici, puis on n'a rien, right? L'envoyer ici?
Ouais, il faut au moins l'amener
ouais,
jusqu'ici.
Après ça, lui, il revient ici. OK, non, je comprends. OK. Non, je l'ai pas. Je peux essayer. Dans le fond, c'est le même weight que je viens de lancer? Un peu plus, je te down un peu?
Oui, ça okay. Mais on veut que cette rouge-là se rende jusqu'à où?
What are the, what's the decision here, Joe?
Just looking at playing the tap on the red that's biting the top of the 4-foot. I just want to punch it to the back of the 8-foot. Try to keep the shooter in the neighborhood, top 8-foot in the control zone there. I don't think they can get to enough of that rock to make the double on the Nova Scotia Redstones.
I think for Pierre, his biggest thing was that at least if you play that tap shot, you open up your path to the 4-foot with hammer.
Once you tap this too, if they ever tapped it to a great spot, like maybe like that, then you've got that raise, and that raise could jam.
Yep!
Yes! Last of the third rocks.
Ah!
Jean-Michel Menard. Martin Kleiter, Jean-François Trepanier. And you got to save it by your own first, and they couldn't.
I don't know if you noticed, but his handle was hardly rotating. He has a soft release, and these sharpened stones are not his friend.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, Kath, isn't it? But that was probably a perfect throw with the right ice and the right weight. 2 more rotations, he makes that.
I don't think that does. I don't think that does.
Just guard, right?
Yeah, but we're guarding this one.
Sounds good to me, yeah. I think if I'm...
Almost would have been better to let that curl up and try to
halfway about
splash
here.
the middle.
Right there.
True.
Yep. He's going to play like a top or something, but we should have something.
And we have a third final now, and PEI will pick up their first win.
Well, and Tyler Smith, we started seeing it last night, making some really good shots. It's just unfortunate that it's too little, too late.
10-5 the final there.
Touch center.
Owen Purcell's just looking to guard the situation in the rings, touch the center line. Might have to see. Felix might have to be forced just to come around and try to get shot rock in the forefoot here.
Okay, needs to curl a bit. Gotta curl a bit.
Ryan, line's good.
Line's really good.
Line's really good.
Out of the Halifax Curling Club.
Curl.
Finish
Owen
it, Scott,
Purcell.
go. Hard. Wait, line's good. Line's good.
Scott Zachary.
Sit. Very nice, Owen.
Nice. That's great, yeah.
How do you get in there?
Yep.
Even if you do, how do you score more than one? Because one's not good.
You almost have to go to the back four and hope for a miss. Yeah, he's saying if he goes top four, biting the button, he's going to block himself from his second point.
You've got the center red, yellow, red, yellow. Sneak one in that way, but I think you're right. The draw is the simplest.
I hate playing something, though, where you have to hope for a miss from your opponent.
Ouais.
Je sais pas à quel point on dit.
C'est mince en tabarouette.
Non, je sais.
Non, c'est ça.
Moi, ce que j'aurais dit, mettons, c'est si on fait tic-tic et qu'elle passe à travers, il reste une.
On fait ça, t'attaques de là, direct.
Ouais, c'est juste.
Elle essayer de la rentrer, elle va spinner, peut-être.
Ouais, mais on a juste une rouge, une jaune, right?
Ouais, mais tu sais, c'est pas pire que de faire un drop.
Ici, là.
Problem with this is way tougher.
Passer dans le trou, là, avec ça, là.
Good chance you're still not shot rock.
Comme ça, là.
Là,
j'ai ça.
Felix's point is try playing this and remove the two top reds in the top of the 8-foot, top of the 4-foot, and then it's just one red in the rings. But
c'est un tiers, un quart.
Ouais, moins un quart.
You know, honestly, I like your idea. You come back to the back one. Now you're taking your chances, certainly. But if they just happen to slide by, then you've got the draw for a possible 2. I don't know, does this combination get you anything here, Russ?
I'm not sure you can remove all 3 red. That's the hard part here. It's a neat idea if you could ever get the 2 top red that are buried, but where's the shooter go? And if you hit the top red that's frozen on the right-hand side, the red that's buried will not go anywhere.
Yeah, je pense que oui. On vise un quart.
I like the thought process. I just don't know that it's there.
Right, right. Yeah, because he's trying to bring all the yellows in because of the scoreboard. Absolutely. Take some speed here because you're hitting the first one thin and then you're trying to move a lot of granite.
Watching him over the course of time, he loves this kind of shot. Martin Kleiter, bang, bang, and nothing changes. And now they've hurt themselves and maybe hurt that draw path if he was looking to play the out turn.
Oh, true. Messy, messy, messy.
Ouais. Pretty much it.
So we said this is an important game for Quebec. They are 3-2 coming in. Look at that now. Who they close against, Jacobs and Kleiter. So very much an important game for them to at least get to 4-2 and then take their chances against Jacobs, who's already clinched a spot.
I can just guard.
Guard, Ryan?
No.
Hitting the
Yeah, but
yellow
I
on the
think nose
right
makes
is
it
the easy shot for Felix, but you could also guard it. You'd have to go it a long way. There's no frost now.
I got to get it out wide.
Yeah.
Right here, Owen, on the S, or?
Yeah, the only risk is if Owen
Out real
happens
wide.
to get out wide with the hip. You could jam it on the rock that's biting the back of the forefoot, and that would be the only way that Felix could possibly score a multiple if he can get another one in there. So this is the safer way to play it. Just have to go so wide.
Should be good out here, you know. Rocks
Stay
have been
close,
done
Scott. Stay close.
Certainly no frost.
Where you at? A little bit of room.
Final stone, Nova Scotia
go
skip,
carpet.
Owen Purcell.
You have to go carpet. Line's good. Curl.
Whoa,
Curl,
whoa,
finish. Got to finish. Push it over, push. Okay, you're good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's really good.
Very nice. That ran just normal, like
That's
beautiful
not,
out
that's
there.
not easy to do.
You're not often aiming at the carpet.
It's not easy to do.
C'est quasiment plus elle, dans le fond.
Ouais, c'est un beau petit bump, là.
Ouais.
Elle va spinner ici.
OK.
Through, through the red.
Faut que j'aille chercher la rouge.
Red
Ça prend
top
doué.
8 on the yellow.
Ça prend un plus que hack, mettons. Mais je peux.
To hopefully
Trouve
catch
juste que
enough
c'est
of the
pas assez
4-foot for a
flat.
single.
Yeah, exactly.
Encore.
Still, he's
Oh,
got
yeah,
to
he's-
move that force.
He's just throwing
Son edge to edge avec le guard avec un
about
bumper.
hack weight.
Yeah, you'll need all of that, I think, right? Because you can't hit the left side of the yellow, so the yellow is going to hit a lot of that red.
Yep.
Straight.
Whoa.
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 Straight.
Final
Whoa.
stone.
Whoa.
To the panier.
Whoa. Go.
Now help it over, Krit. Martin Krit. Can you get through here? Yeah, they did. Now red onto yellow. Going to mark it? No, he will not. And it's one for sure. A stolen point for Nova Scotia here in 9. Time is running out on Quebec. It's the only game left on the ice on this Wednesday afternoon, Prospera Place, and our coverage of the Montana's Brier from Kelowna, BC. And Nova Scotia up by 3 as we play 10, and Quebec trying to keep themselves alive here. Desperately needing a win, sitting at 2 losses. They do have last rock. They do have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Good job.
It's a tough end for Quebec. They had 3
Same
yellow
thing.
buried
Same
in
shot.
there, but just couldn't get the opponent to cooperate.
Scott Zachary
It's good.
in a 6th
Brier.
Brier appearance.
Split center. Line's really good.
Everyone on the team for Nova
Line's really
Scotia
good.
has been to a Brier except for
Okay, go ahead.
the skipper, Owen Purcell.
Line's good. Curl a bit now.
It's all there.
Yeah, curl.
He can go.
Yep. Nail it, Ryan. Yep.
Hurt him. Come on, bud.
Ryan
Come on, bud.
Abraham.
Beautiful, Scott. Love
And
it.
around they go.
Yeah.
Martin Krit.
Yes. Yep, Jeff.
But wait.
Hold on, Asia's guard.
Bounce.
Didn't
Oh,
slide
boy.
either.
As piqué ou...
Je sais pas.
I think you can get everything. You'll
Yeah.
get a bit of drag.
Exactly. Hit this fairly thick.
He'll hit a third.
Maybe even thicker than that, and you might actually get all 3 yellow.
Can we? I think he likes the out turn high, and if you don't get the back one, it's okay. Am I saying that right?
Sure.
Play the end. No, play the end.
No, this is good.
Yeah, they were going the other way. Eh? There was
hair high.
a chance of jamming it that way. Pretty simple double this way, and that's all you want if you're 3 up.
Curl. Yep. Whoa. Whoa, straight.
Whoa, yes. Straight, straight. Whoa.
Yep.
Abraham.
Good shot.
Good boy, Scott. That's good. Sorry, Owen.
Ça se fait-tu freezer dans le fond?
Je pense que oui.
On est là pour le weight.
Just going to replace this long guard for now.
C'est le pebble. 2. Faut-tu que tu curl ou?
Ouais.
OK. Good shot.
Good.
Oops, sorry.
Sometimes we'll get fooled into trying to play the yellow double, right, in this situation, and they really don't need to.
Yeah, run the risk of jamming on something in the house here. So just looking to peel the one.
Curl.
Luke Saunders.
Whoa.
Curl. Clean. Nice shot.
Good job, guys.
That's to your point, Kathy, just how well Luke Saunders is playing.
And it's beyond that number. It's the timing and the implications of the shots that he's made.
Ben, bien, en arrière du corner.
Corner, il pile le corner.
Là, on fait des shots, on espère.
Ah, c'est juste qu'après ça, il faut en mettre 3 ici.
Ouais, il va falloir un miracle, là, présentement, peu importe.
Et tu veux faire le tour du corner?
It's going to take a miracle right now is what Jean-Michel is saying.
Point 4. Plus.
Felix was suggesting rearranging something in the house because they need to get 3 in the 4-foot here to force the extra. And Jean-Michel said, no, let's throw the corner. We'll delay it for one more.
Saying to me before the game when we chatted, and I said, how are you enjoying it? He says, really, a lot. He said, I had no idea, really, how much he had missed it. You know, you're talking about a former Canadian champion of 06, a silver medalist at the Worlds, played outside of Boston that year. And
yeah, this is the World Series. This is going to Augusta. It's you can't replicate it.
And he was thinking as he's turning 50 and thought about a senior's career, this sort of will jumpstart that, you know.
Close. Yep.
Back it up, Ed.
Yeah, right to it.
Saunders.
Right to it.
And Abraham.
Hard.
Okay, that's good.
And now you have to make them count here.
You were kind of half trying to make that, and Luke knew exactly how to miss that.
Nice one. No, it's good.
Just kicked out a little wide.
Il l'arrache, puis après, il peut arracher elle pour gagner.
Rachel, il donne notre chance. Tu sais, on est rendu à espérer des chances.
Non, je sais.
Je pense qu'il
C'est
tapé
bon,
ici.
ça.
Ouais. Fait que tout à l'heure, pour aller sur le piton, on avait quoi ça?
Ouais, un petit peu moins que ça tantôt.
So straight freeze to start here.
Fait qu'on lance un back 8, puis on fait juste comme...
Puis rouler en arrière, là.
Little tap and roll.
Mourir.
Yeah, because you got a little bit to work with those 2 reds.
C'est bon.
Yeah, there's a slight stagger.
Oh boy, all right. Moins de glace, Félix, faut l'essayer. Ouais.
Oh, rush.
Close.
Final stone pour.
Close.
Jean-Michel Menard.
Whoa.
Girl.
Whoa. Straight.
It'll curl with that handle.
Girl. Whoa.
And in it comes. And settle down. Shot stone as he gets a little rub.
Very nice.
Towards the center line.
Thin double.
Yeah.
Third of a rock.
Chance to end it now if they make this double.
Girl! 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's a weapon if you can control that lack of rotation.
They called that perfectly.
Yes.
Girl! Girl! Whoa, 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 whoa. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So a chance to run Quebec out of Stones here. Owen Purcell, number 21 ranked team in the country. It is first. Brier of Herons. Zachary.
Okay, keep going.
Staying with it. Have you got this? No, you don't.
Let's do it again here now.
Yeah.
Friser 2 tiers là-dessus.
Non, parce qu'on veut laisser le moins d'angle possible dessus pour la frapper. Ouais. Passe serrée, t'en viens là, puis on espère que...
C'est jamais le même, hein?
Comme tu veux.
Parce que si je suis là...
Je pense qu'il est plus facile
slam
comme ça.
Oui, moi, c'est juste que j'ai...
So they're thinking about coming around the same way that Jean-Michel just did. And they're just trying to make sure that they don't leave too much of an angle on the red that's on the center line. So try to get right to the nose here.
Yeah, get it back there.
Yep.
Facile d'aller en faisant comme ça?
Comme tu veux. Qu'est-ce que t'en... Tu sais, on peut venir ici, puis double jammer, on essaie d'en parker une solide, puis on se croise les doigts.
Je pense que j'aime la out turn.
I think that looks like the easier option. They talked about coming on the other side and hoping for a double jam.
Right.
But this is the path that they know, for one thing. And even if he's a little bit light, like Owen's got to take on a pretty skinny slash.
Yes, absolutely.
They're making Owen throw his last here, which is, I think, job well done.
If you line these up, that double raise is not a gimme.
No.
Wow, beaucoup de lignes, par exemple. Whoa, la ligne.
Martin Crit.
And good.
Trepanier.
C'est Jeff en premier.
Curl. Curl.
Jeff en premier.
Come on, Jeff.
Hit by one.
Plus loin possible.
By two, yes. And down to it. And yes, to sit to two.
Very, very nice. That's wonderful curling.
Same sort of shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fighting for their lives here. And timeout being called by Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's an option, Owen.
Yeah.
Do you have any of it? How much did you guys have? Not much?
I could draw frozen with the out turn, but he probably just has in off of the 7.
You could draw tap it.
Well, it's pretty sharp.
Yeah, it's probably there. I wouldn't mind the out turn, like the 2-1.
It's thin, eh? What is it?
It's all kinds of options.
Like
it's just all tough. You could also just come down here and
That's a good question.
come down and tap it and just move this yellow a little bit.
So options are same shot. Yeah. Freeze. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, freeze, they make that.
So freeze is off the table, or the cross.
Yeah.
Or this cross.
Okay. Like the 2-1-1.
Then
Yeah.
it does look unnatural, though, eh?
No, not really.
Trent, could you not see?
that?
It's not easy. You can see enough of the top, the
Yeah.
red and the forefoot. Hit a thin half of
That's
that.
I think I'm
That's
seeing
what
that.
Jean-Michel thought he would play.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not a hair high. It's more like it's like 2/3. Right there.
Okay.
Wow. You like this? Or would you have followed him down and try to put something in there to prevent the third point?
Yeah, I think that tap.
60%.
They're all tough, Vic. They really are. This one's awkward because you've got to hit the top one thinner than half. If you get it really thin, you miss the red.
You playing this, Joe?
I think still a little more.
I'd be sweeping it, so.
You could also tap the red on the intern side. Just move it an inch or so.
Yeah, I thought maybe the in off the side.
Yeah.
It's the one they know.
Okay. Yeah, it's dealer's choice, really. There's so many options.
Final stone for Nova Scotia. Owen Purcell said he saw this, and that's why they're playing it. Scott Zachary going to run this back. Bang, bang. No, he will not. And so Quebec will have their chance.
Terrible throw.
Still not an easy shot.
Ouais, je veux bien te dire ça, mais OK, on aime shot.
Problem with the same shot is you cannot move those yellows.
Ouais, parce qu'on a comme
hack weight on the red's an option.
It's got to just lay a tool up in.
What's that?
You just got to lay a tool up in there and find the line.
Imagine this.
No kidding. Remembering there's no backing here.
Asselin with a chance to force an extra, and here they go. Cret and Trepanier. They do have a chance. Oh, maybe not. This looks like it's going to die out there. And Nova Scotia are going to survive the threat here in 10. What an end. As Nova Scotia picks up a 7-6 win to go to 3-3. And Quebec also now 3-3. They had the tying stone in their hand. And so that's a big loss for Quebec. So now this is what we know as we take a look at Pool B. There's McEwen and Jacobs and Purcell, Muybrook, Asselin, Kleiter. They're all still there, but it's going to be the combination. That third loss, though, really does hurt the likes of a Kleiter or Asselin. Then you're going to start to look at who beat whom. While on the other side, Gushew's in, Carruthers and Dunstone with Epping lurking. What a finish it's going to be here in Kelowna.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada.
It's been a beautiful day again here in Kelowna as we look ahead to tonight and what's on the line between these two rivals. And there is a little bit of bad blood, of course. Players moving, leaving, going from one to the other. It's Dunstone and Carruthers when we join you at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. A Carruthers win, and they will clinch a playoff spot. Dunstone wins. He doesn't clinch, but a game against Gushue tomorrow would be for first place. So much on the line as we make our way towards the final day of round robin play. Thank you for joining us. Till we talk with you again this evening. The Montana's Brier from Kelowna is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.